Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, Nctv45. Nctv45 Newcastle, The Train.
Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
When you have legal issues, Paula Chalella, attorney at law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Good morning, Newcastle, and a very pleasant welcome to Thursday, October 8th. And hope all is well with you, as we wish you all things well. And temperature 43 degrees outside. And a little nippy. I've been adjusting personally to this new fall type weather, and it gives you that sleep in feeling, a little groggy, a little this, a little that, but it is what it is. Now let's take a look at your current, well, you know, I'll give you a little more update on the weather. 100% humidity, winds are calm, barometric pressure 30.08, visibility 7 miles, dew point 43. There, how's that? Now, as far as radar goes, just that little area up in Cleveland, which is like fog, and so we'll get to more and fog down south. We'll get to more on Nctv45 weather for you. Now, let's take a look at traffic. As, wow. As you can see, we'll go up to the 8376 interchange. This is usually pretty clear. You can see westbound a little heavier as people make their way west. Maybe they're working in Cleveland or Warren, so be aware of that. Now, with that being said, and let's take a look at if you're going down Pittsburgh way. Okay, first of all, the 76 422 interchange. And as always, southbound heavy. You can see the lights in the distance as people head to Pittsburgh to maybe they work down there. Now let's take a look at the rest of where you're going. This is I-80 and 79, and not really all too bad for people coming down from Erie. If you have Nctv45, you're listening, that's what you're looking at there. And let's take a couple more ganders here as Pennsylvania Turnpike. And westbound, you got some traffic. So everything kind of moderate as you're moving through. A little closer to home, we'll take a look at the 168 interchange. And you can see this little bit heavy coming down the hill, heading towards 168, perhaps down through and to Pittsburgh. And Martha Street, blurred out, really can't see much there. And these are all courtesy of PennDOT as we take a time to kind of get you around. This is State Street. Pretty clear as you go past the restaurants and what have you up that way. But definitely be aware of heavier moving traffic as you move west. And I'm going to give you a last but not least here, as we've covered all of those. I believe we've only got two more. Route 168. Not bad. Heavy as you make your way to 376. And one more shot and we're out of there. This is the 376 interchange. I think we got them all now. You can see heading down to the airport, we've got some heavy traffic. So that kind of gets you abreast on what's happening there. Wow. With how everything's moving. Now, let's get to a couple top stories today. I want to get something out of the way right now ahead of time with volleyball. Last night, we did the girls' volleyball game up at Newcastle. And for the most part, it was well. However, during the course of the game, practice, our camera setup was hit. No fault of anybody's. I'm not all upset or anything like that. And it may have caused some problems on your viewing. I apologize for that. There's nothing that I could really do. It happened. So you got fragments of the game. Central Valley won the varsity game, and they won the JV game. They were terribly exciting contests. I hope you got a chance to view it. And once again, if you get a chance, please get a Gmail account. If you have a Gmail account, go to our YouTube page and subscribe to us. It's free. You'll be able to watch on your TV. And also with that, it will help us to go into high definition, which would be looking forward to. So I put that out there for you. That kind of clears up that end of what was going on last night, if you had any questions. Now, another thing going on last night, and I might as well weigh in on it, as all these other pundits have done. Laura Bush is scheduled to come to Newcastle today at our last talk. Now, if you watched this last night, I favor a change to the debate. Because what you're getting is two people debating, and here's person A, and they go, your mother wears army boots and she was a blonde-haired elephant. And the other guy goes, no, my mother was a blonde-haired donkey. And okay, it should be the fact that if one person misrepresents the facts in the debate and says something that isn't true, they get penalized for it with respect to time. You don't have whoever wins the coin toss tell a lie, then the other person has to readjust it and then go back into what he was going to say. It makes for very bad viewing. I feel that Mike Pence won the debate hands down, as Miss Harris could only stand there, grin and shirk, and she better read her platform, because the platform says Green New Deal, and she says no Green New Deal, and the platform says Green New Deal. You know, your Ocasio-Cortez is going to get mad at you, and Bernie withdraw their support. Better think about that. Now, turning away from that bunch of federal bunk, and you know, it's, I really only envisioned when I started this, nobody could envision a pandemic. Doing some great community events. And unfortunately, we have what we have. I got to bring you what it is and how it is. 1,309 is the actual number of new cases. Seems that everybody's up in arms that there's a concern that the outbreak will be worse than it is. When you're in a crowd, wear a mask. If you're sitting there by yourself, don't worry about it so much. It's not a big deal. That gives you a little corona update. You know, it came to my attention that there is one thing that I have forgotten. This is the clip downtown where I don't know what they're doing, folks, but at the corner of East and Washington, in the last 2 days, they've been cleaning, under construction. There's nothing there that says about construction, but they've been closing the road and doing some work there. So make sure, if you can, you avoid the area. And I also didn't do this. Attention PA Turnpike travelers. The Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission is alerting motorists that cash and credit will not be accepted at any interchange statewide starting and beginning Monday, March 16th at 8 p.m. Also, attention travelers, as of October 8th, that's today, 5:04 a.m., there is a crash on I-81 northbound between exit 180, US 11, and PA 502 if you're out that way. Mosick and 1 mile north of exit 182 Mountain Road, Davis Street, all lanes are closed. So closures in the eastern part of the turnpike. There will be, I want to read that again because that was pretty important. And they have some ramp construction also that they're telling us about. This just hitting us. And here you go. Travelers on the PA Turnpike, ramp I-76 at Beaver Valley, ramp I-76 to PA 18, closed because of road work. Road work will be in effect until Saturday, October 10th at 6 o'clock. Attention travelers on the PA Turnpike, the ramp I-76 and Beaver Valley ramp from I-76 to PA 18 closed because of road work. Okay, and I told you that. Why they put them back to back, I don't know. But there is another section in here, and we'll be getting to it momentarily. So just to keep you up to date on that. And here it comes. As of October 8th, 5:04 a.m., there was a crash on I-81 northbound between exits 180, US 11, and PA 502. 1 mile north of exit 182 Montage Mountain Road to Davis. All lanes are closed. So if you're traveling out east, be aware of that. On the PA Turnpike ramp I-76, we told you about that, and I believe there was one other thing they had come up, but nope, I think that's got it. So if you're traveling the Turnpike, be aware of the construction, and also be aware, ramp I-76 Beaver Valley 18 ramp closed. Okay, so some things that you got to think about as you maneuver there. Pennsylvania firearm background checks. They're doing those, and there's been basically double the amount of people looking at them. And the number of persons denied is down 3 times as many. Total number of referrals to law agencies about the same. So that out there. Also, I want to remind you that they set these new guidelines indoor from 0 to 2,000, 20% occupancy. But look what they did. 2001 to 10,000, 15% occupancy, which makes no sense. Because as you go up and the place gets bigger, they're telling you to put less people there. Outdoor, 0 to 2000, 25%. 2001, okay, to 10,000, 20%. Again, not making real good sense. So, that from Rachel Levine. The Constitution still hasn't changed. It says the right of people to peaceably gather shall not be impeded. And I will keep reminding everybody of that as we get and crawl through this news watch. Wow. Just a whole lot of things. And here you go with the Department of Human Services is to detail out how they're protecting individuals of vulnerable populations. The bottom line, folks, is you can't shut down the whole country and have nobody work, or you won't have a country. Pennsylvania State Police, 311 compliance checks, 3 notices of violation, and the 3 notices of violation, where were they? They were in Harrisburg, they were in Altoona, and they were in Punxsutawney. Apparently, rural Punxsutawney people really concerned up there about that. And so we will keep you humming on exactly what's going on with those checks. Now, Pennsylvania has something. Russell Redding sent this in, and this is something good. For once, we're going to talk about a good thing. And the good thing that we're talking about is the PA Farm Show. It's an indoor event that takes place in January. Now, they expanded on the announcement that it's going to be virtual, featuring and previewing some of the PA Farm Show favorites and new events to be featured in January. While a virtual farm show is different, we all know and love about Pennsylvania. We're giving the opportunity to think outside the box. So he goes on to pander about that. Farmshow.pa.gov shows what they will be doing. Now, the good old Wolf administration. Protect yourself from ticks, mosquitoes while outdoors during the fall months. I really don't know, because given the cold weather, I don't think you got any bugs out there. You didn't go swimming in the summer. You're not going to go for a hike in the fall. So, but protect yourself. Make sure you cover your skin with the proper clothing, and use DEET. Okay, insect repellent containing 20% or more of DEET. So, areas to check for ticks: underarms, in and around the ears, bellies, around the belly button, back of the knees, in and around the hair, between the legs, and around the waist. So that kind of keeps you posted on that. Now, when we come back a whole bunch more, but let's go to sports. We'll be right back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
On Tuesday, a side story would be Russell Westbrook leaves an $8,000 tip for the housekeepers in the bubble, and it's also reported that he left his room spotless, and that was confirmed by Westbrook himself, that he did do that. So that's a very nice, generous thing by Westbrook to do. The NBA Finals happened on Tuesday as the Lakers beat the Heat 102-96. The Lakers now maintain a 3-1 series lead on the Heat. The Lakers are back on track after losing Game 3 with a win of 102-96. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is finally deciding to start playing for the Lakers now, as he had 15 points and 5 assists, and the Lakers are now 12-1 when he scores at least 10 points. LeBron is just LeBron. He's 35 years old, and he's doing this. He had a near triple-double with 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. Anthony Davis also had 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. As for Miami, Jimmy Butler and Tyler Herro continue to make this a competitive series. They only lost by 6, and they don't have Goran Dragic, who's still out with a torn plantar fascia. Jimmy Butler also had a near triple-double with 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. And Tyler Herro also added 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. This Miami team is a fighting team. They won't go down without a fight. And with all that being said, I still say Lakers in 5. In the WNBA, there was also a finals game as the Seattle Storm defeated the Las Vegas Aces 92-59 at IMG Academy. They won by 33 points, which is the largest winning margin in WNBA history. Brianna Stewart had 26 points as she secures her second WNBA Finals win and her second WNBA Finals MVP. Last year, she had to sit out the finals and watch the finals because she was injured. In the world of baseball, the 2 National League Divisional Series are now underway. The Braves played the Marlins, and the Dodgers played the Padres. The Braves beat the Marlins 9-5. The MVP of that game was Travis d'Arnaud, as he went 3 for 3 and had 4 RBIs and drew 2 walks. And as for the Dodgers game, the Dodgers beat the Padres 5-1. The star of that game was Justin Turner, who went 1 for 3 and had 2 runs scored himself. And Game 2 of the American League Divisional Series is now underway. The Rays played the Yankees, and the Astros played the Athletics. The Rays tied up the series with the Yankees 1-1 by a score of 7-5. Joey Wendell was the star of that show, as he went 2 for 3 and scored 2 runs himself. Giancarlo Stanton also had 2 homers for the Yankees, but that was not enough for them to get the win, as that series is now knotted at 1-1. And the Astros played the Athletics and Astros beat the Athletics 5-2. Now up on the series 2-0. Star of that show was George Springer, as he went 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Now we're going to be taking a short break.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
This program sponsored by Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Brian Ches, owner, call 724-498-4760. Brian would be glad to visit.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, well, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Jim Micco and Sons, 347 East Washington Street in Newcastle, can service a lot of your lawn equipment. It's jimmickoandsons.com, their website, and you can email them at jimmickoandsons@verizon.net. Their phone number, 724-652-6911. Proud sponsors of community television in Newcastle. Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust.
And we are back, and for those of you viewing sports, I'll tell Mr. Terrell to speak up, as I know you could barely hear him. Nancy Pelosi, she's just a left-wing guy, kind of. COVID relief bill is mainly just left-wing wish list. Her bill would rewrite re-election laws, bar voter ID requirements, make other changes. You know, folks, if they were making this up, I'd say, well, they're just making it up. But they're not. And they'll look at you and lie and say, I didn't say that. Come on. No, there's no new Green Deal in our platform. Well, it says it right here. Good job, Mike Pence. Nancy Pelosi doing her little thing. Well, if you have a driver's license, you can vote. It doesn't matter if you're an illegal immigrant. Please put your hand up if you want to pay for illegal immigrants' health care. Kamala Harris put her hand up. She wants you to pay. Supporters of Judge Amy Coney Barrett spiked over the last 2 weeks. The number of voters who say the Senate should reject her nomination dropped by 31 points. Some Democrats in Congress have suggested and said directly they are open to adding judges to the Supreme Court. Read more in the National Review. They want to change the rules so they win. We got to win all the time. This is what's going on. The Wall Street Journal has requested U.S. authorization. Eli Lilly and Company said it requested U.S. authorization of emergency use of an experimental antibody treatment for people recently diagnosed with mild to moderate COVID-19. Following the results of clinical tests, the antibody drug could not only provide treatment but also potentially give protection against the virus. Peter Loftus reports in the Wall Street Journal. When it comes to clean air and water and conservation, far too long the left has pursued ineffective, workable policies that unnecessarily put jobs and the economy growth at risk, rather than achieving practical results. This is all changed with the Trump administration, where actions speak louder than words, writes Mary Newmayer, chairman of the White House Council on Environmental Quality for Real Clean, Clear Energy. Those are just some of the things hitting that you're not going to get in the mainstream media. Fast recovery in history, 11.4 million. That's how many new jobs the U.S. economy has added since May. The experts are still predicting that unemployment will hit 20% and that the jobless Americans will continue for the month. Let me take a second to explain this, because Comrade Wolf doesn't understand. The governor of Philadelphia and his sidekick, Rachel Levine and Peduto, if you're in a bigger city, a bigger town, there's a lot more types of activity. It won't shut down the whole place. But folks, if you're in a place like Newcastle, Sharon, Beaver Falls, Butler, Punxsutawney, Clarion, you have issues. And the issues are that the cushion isn't there. Open up the state, you'll open up the economy. But he doesn't like Donald Trump, so he doesn't want to do that. Instead, President Trump has led what is on track to be the fastest recovery in U.S. history. The Council of Economic Advisors said during the last 5 months, more than half of the jobs from the pandemic have already been recovered. The Trump administration takes action on foreign workers' visas. Okay, see, they get people to come over and they don't employ Americans. This is no accident. Following the Great Recession, the Obama-led recovery required over 2 years of achievement of unemployment of 8%. Under Trump, Americans have accomplished the goal of 1 month earlier this year. Two big reasons explain the difference. The first, that President Trump's pro-growth, pro-worker agenda makes the economy fundamentally stronger. Before the coronavirus swept the world, America's incomes hit record highs while poverty rates hit record lows. The median income saw the biggest one-year jump. Makes you think that China wasn't happy, doesn't it? When America's strong, it can withstand a global recession and bounce back quickly. Trump's tax cuts, fixed over-regulation replacement of NAFTA, brought back manufacturing jobs and held China and others accountable for breaking trade rules. The second reason is that Trump targeted action to help American workers and families after the corona outbreak. Instead of exploiting the global crisis to grow the reach of government past unregulated legislation, some Democrats love to do, the Trump administration negotiated the CARES Act, implemented Paycheck Protection Program, and extended supplemental unemployment benefits, paused student loans, and halted evictions. Just yesterday, the Trump administration took more action towards American jobs by tightening the requirements of foreign worker visas. A new rule will limit the ability of corporations to replace American workers with cheap foreign labor, especially important as our country reopens from the pandemic and more citizens look for jobs. No one can compete with the American workers while they're giving a fair and level playing field, which has not happened for decades. Democrats in Congress, unfortunately, aren't interested in the bipartisan bill targeted at relief. Instead, Nancy Pelosi stuffed her bill with far-left activists, including voter ID requirements and a bailout for prolific state governments. Now, stop and think here a second. What does voter ID have to do with pandemic recovery? I'm sorry. Nothing. Speaker Pelosi continues to throw out all kinds of reasons for failure on the negotiations, and looking in the mirror, the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows told Fox News this morning, even without Democrats, President Trump is keeping his promise to the American workers and families. In addition, the fastest economic recovery in history. America leads the world in coronavirus testing, and is on track to deliver a vaccine at the end of the year. This is Operation Warp Speed. All these publications can't be wrong. This historic result on the important actions led to it don't often make the headlines. The corporation media has different priorities than most Americans do, but real world impact felt in the living rooms across the country matters more than the partisan gossip out in the newsrooms in Washington, D.C. and New York. Okay, and the bottom line is this. I believe the American people truly understand what's going on here. The lies, the everything. That's why it's super important that you vote. And I can't make this any more clear to you. Be an informed voter. You must be a citizen of the United States. If people are voting and they're not citizens, that's a violation. A resident of Pennsylvania and in an election district which the individual resides and registers for at least 30 days at least 18 years of age or older. Make sure that is very, very important. Our democracy, it's in your hands. Now, we showed you the fog, and the fog's kind of lifting. 43 degrees out there, 100% humidity. Calm wind, barometric pressure 30.8, dew point 43, and visibility 7. Let's go to weather and see what it is like. We'll be back.
My name is Brittany. I have suffered with depression for 15 years.
My name is Sam, and I've been experiencing depression for over 12 years. This is the first place I will always recommend for somebody to come if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any kind of problem like that.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal. Run it again at Lindy's Lunch. Run it again with hot dogs, fries, burgers, and much more. For the 2-point conversion, try those daily specials. Run right in and you won't even need a whole car to score at Lindy's Lunch. For the game, just right for lunch or anytime. It's Lindy's Lunch. 2402 Wilmington Road, Newcastle.
BSB. Big Shot Bobs are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right, you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bobs will be your favorite place, just like me.
Hello, and a very pleasant welcome to Nctv45 weather. Well, after last night's clear low of 43, how is your Thursday looking? And there you go with a little bit of fog, but everything really basically clear. And here's the national map. Storm bearing down on Florida, but rain all the way off to our northeast. That's not going to affect us. So this is what we're looking like. A little sunshine our way. And let's get started. Last night, as I said, clear low of 43. Your Thursday, sunshine 66. Thursday night, clear 42. Friday, sunshine 73. Friday night, partly cloudy 56. Saturday, sunshine and 75. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 52. Sunday, partly sunny, 68. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, and 50. Now this bops us into Columbus Day. Partly sunny and 69. Outside chance of rain. Think you're okay. So enjoy everything. Happy Columbus Day to you. Monday night, mostly cloudy, 53. And then Tuesday, partly sunny and 71. Now, this was a great forecast. You know, we're getting through with basically no rain at all. This was Lawrence County 45 weather. We're going to take this break. We'll be right back. Boo! Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, except the first Saturday in October, it's a haunted car wash consisting of a $12 ultimate wash, candy, a haunted show. Shows consist of many aeronomic decorations, haunters, and a 5-minute movie right before you go into the car wash. So the cost, $20. Don't get out of your car for a spooky good time.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them NCTV45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program. Elham's for one great dining experience. Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Newswatch Morning. Hopefully you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV45. They'll be glad you did. And tell them to go to our YouTube page and subscribe. It's free. That way it will come on your TV and we'll have a high definition camera. As we do in the studio, we'll have one for the remotes also. So make sure you do that. They'll be glad you did. Available anytime on your time. That's NCTV45. Now make sure you get that second cup of iced tea. Maybe coffee, it may be. And have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody, and I hope to see you again real soon.